Hello dear students, I am Prabhat Dubey, your BST teacher from LPM Public School, Gola Bazar. Till now we studied about the industries and we discussed about the primary, secondary and tertiary industry. Today we will focus on the commerce, the activities that are directly or indirectly helping in the distribution of goods to the consumer. This is the basic function of commerce. When the goods are manufactured and they are leaving the manufacturing unit, after that the function of commerce starts to maintain a proper supply chain, to provide all the types of assistance that are needed to deliver that product to the end consumer in a very specific manner within the time limit with proper qualities. The quality of the food or any item that is being manufactured should be maintained in a proper manner. Okay, so we will discuss about the various aspects of commerce, its brief introduction, then we will discuss about the functions of commerce. What are the specific functions that are included in commerce? So a brief introduction is needed to just make yourself aware about what are the different aspects of commerce. As per your books, this definition is clear to you all that commerce helps directly or indirectly. Some functions are direct, some are indirect, some are hidden. Like different types of processes that are used, different types of resources that are utilized in production of a specific product. Some products there is clear visibility of the components or the raw material, any resource that is being utilized in that production, while contribution of some resources are hidden, they are not directly visible. There will be no use of producing goods unless and until the goods reach the ultimate consumer. It is very responsible aspect that whatever effort, whatever resource is being utilized, how much coordination, cooperation of the serious and hard work that is involved in production of any product. If you are not making that product deliver at proper time, at proper place to the proper customer, then all your efforts will go in vain. So this is the most important aspect of commerce, that the product should reach the customer within the specific time limit. You should not deliver the product after the utility is degraded. When I need that product, when I need the vaccine, the medical facility should be delivered at proper time. Okay, if you are giving a certain specific time limit, you have to follow that. If you are saying that I will deliver the product within 2 days, it should be kept in mind that you should not cross that limit. If you are crossing the limit, then the integrity, the image of that company will hamper in the long run. Another feature, the consumer are not aware about what kind of goods are produced by the manufacturer. So it is also duty of the manufacturer to make the customer aware about the product, its features, what is the purpose of introducing the specific product in the market, how this product is different from the rest of the competitors, what is USP of the product, unique selling proposition, what is specific character in that product that is making it different from the other ones that are available in the market to satisfy the same need. Okay, during this competitive scenario of globalization, we know that for each and every specific need, want and demand of the customer, there are multiple types of choices in the market. Different types of product with near about same features are available. So it is very hard for the consumer to select which one to buy. So you have to make sure that your features, your product quality is properly delivered to the customer. The customer is aware about the product. That's why different types of marketing campaigns and strategies are being introduced to create the brand awareness among the masses. If the customer is not aware about the product, your company name is not known to them, then they will never buy your product. There will be a suspicion. If product of good market recognition is available, then why product of your company will be bought by the consumer? You have to knock their door. You have to make them know about your product. You have to ensure that product of your company is efficient and capable enough to fight against the established products, the brands that are very old, that needs no introduction. You have to fight with them. Suppose if you are introducing a motorcycle in India market, you have to compete with Hero, Honda, Yamaha, TVS, all the established players. So you have to properly plan your marketing strategy. You have to decide that which specific group of customers are to be targeted by you. Either you are providing a motorcycle to the general mass, lower middle class, or you are targeting the higher middle class, or you are just wanted to you just want to explore the top level premium class. So you should imbibe the needed qualities in that product according to the need, want and taste of the consumer. If you are targeting the lower middle class and you are pricing your motorcycle above 2 lakh, then the sale will be affected. The lower middle class would not afford a bike at 2 lakh or 2 lakh plus. If you are aiming towards the lower middle class, you have to keep the price quite low, in the middle of 70, 75 or below 60. Then only the lower middle class will attract to your product. If you are aiming to the middle class, your product can go within the range of 1 lakh to 1.5 lakh or more than that even. And if you are targeting the premium class, the people who are provided with good amount of money, their purchasing power is good, they can buy in any range, then you can add different types of values, you can provide added features. There is no limit to the modifications and specific equipments that are being introduced in a motorbike, because the premium class would always talk about the feature. Price doesn't matter for them because they are provided with enough amount of money in their bank accounts. There is no limit to their purchasing power. But if you are targeting the middle class, there is limit to their purchasing power. So you have to always ensure that the cost is not going too high. You have to maintain the quality with price as well. You have to take both these features in your mind while introducing any new quality or providing any new facility in your motorbike. So this is very important and very hectic job for the business managers to keep the price under control and enhance the features as well simultaneously. So you can assume how much pressure is on the managers of the company. That's why different types of management principles are taught to them to take proper decision in the crucial moment when the need arises. A business manager should take proper decision for the benefit of the company. Otherwise, all the management education will go in vain. If you are not able to take proper decision in the market, your product is not competing with the old established players, then you will be eradicated from the market. Your product will be just kept in the shelf. No one will buy your product, and this will be a very thinkable position for the any manufacturer or supplier. Okay, the ultimate aim is to just deliver the product, to sell the product. If your product is not being sold, then there is no use of all the efforts that you are making in the manufacturing process. So we understood the importance of selling the product. All the problems, hindrance of place, hindrance of knowledge, these problems are just removed by the help of commerce. So the basic function of commerce is to remove the hindrances of place, time, exchange, risk, knowledge and any other problems as well. So we will discuss about each and every aspect that are being removed by the functions of commerce. Okay, so we will first focus on the hindrance of place. What is the hindrance of place? That is hampering your selling of product. A large variety of goods are produced by a group of persons called producers. These goods are produced for another group of persons called consumer. There is no direct relation between product and consumer. Okay, as you know that the product is produced at a separate place, and it does not happen that the customer is just around you. You have to deliver your product where your customers are. So this difference in the location is creating a hindrance. So you have to ensure a proper supply chain. You have to ensure proper marketing and promotion of your product. Then only a customer who is residing in some other area, who is from, suppose your product is being manufactured in Tamil Nadu and your consumers are sitting in Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand, any other belt. So you have to first start campaigning your product. Before you are able to introduce that product in the market, you have to start your marketing and promotional campaign before that. So when your market, when your product reaches the market, the consumers are well aware about your product. Okay, if you are starting your campaign after introducing the product, it will take you 1 or 2 months to make people know about your product, and the product will be kept at the shelf for 2 months. It will be wastage of your efforts. So you have to ensure that the moment your product reaches the shelf of the retail shop, okay, the product is getting recognized by the customer, the consumer, and then they will be ready to buy that. Okay, so commerce removes this hindrance of place. All the commercial activities, the marketing, promotional campaigns, okay, the brand endorsements, all these things are done to remove this hindrance of place. Second one is hindrance of persons. It is not mentioned in this place and person. Both these things are included. Next one is time. As we know that there are some crops and fruits, vegetables that are not produced throughout the year. There is seasonal production of these fruits, vegetables, and other grains. So you have to ensure that the moment the crop or vegetable or fruit is mature, you have proper facilities to store them. The warehouse should be there. If you are not able to keep that product at a specific place with all the environmental conditions in a controlled manner, if you are not able to provide it suitable temperature, pressure, humidity, then all the stored material will be rotten. If you are storing wheat or rice at a very humid place, okay, where temperature is not under your control, when you are keeping potato at your home for an entire year, what will be the condition of that edible item? You can simply assume it will not be in position to be eaten. Okay, so that's why different types of cold storage houses, warehouses are there, where the environmental conditions are under control through artificial machines. Refrigerators are there, and different types of modern equipments are there to provide the needed temperature, pressure, and humidity to that wheat, rice, paddy, or any other fruit and vegetable to increase their life. Okay, so this hindrance of time is also removed by commerce. Commerce makes it available throughout the year. If commerce is not there, you will not be able to provide the food item or any other thing that is not produced throughout the year to the consumer. Rice season is just starting from July to the end of October, but you have to ensure that rice is available to the consumer throughout the year. That's why the warehouse storage facilities are very important for that. Next one is hindrance of exchange. As you know that earlier we discussed that there was barter system. There was no involvement of any money or coin while purchase and sale of the any item of your need. Let it be food item, cloth, any ornament, jewelry, or anything that is required to satisfy your need, want, and demand. So when money was introduced as a medium of exchange, or coins, bullions, it provided you an ease, because you don't it is not very easy process that if you need any article, try to find out the person who is in need of the article that is kept with you, and you will exchange that. When money was introduced, the payment process was very much eased. You can simply sitting in Uttar Pradesh, Lucknow, Gorakhpur, and you are paying to your buyer at Germany, Russia, any country through your cell phone, the facility that is provided by your bank. Okay, so your function is getting eased. There is no need to even use checks. Checks also take 3 to 4 days or more than that to get cleared. If I am giving you a check, it will take 3 to 4 days to make that payment available in your account. So this delay of 4 days will affect the business. Now, a very fast transfer of money from one account to another account is possible through the digital media, through the different types of IT revolutions that are providing an edge to the banking facilities. Now, if you are a customer of the bank, banks are providing you different types of facilities of online payment. You are paying through your mobile phones. You have connected your mobile phone through the bank account and your Aadhaar number as well, and all the payments that are needed at your fingertips. Within a few seconds, the payment is being done. This is just revolutionize the commerce. Before introduction of this computer and online payment system, the payment was not very much efficient. It was taking more time, and the valuable resources of the company were not able to meet the requirements within the specific time limit. This is saving our time, and we know that time is the most valuable asset for any company or any organization, and even for an individual as well. Okay, so these saving of 4 to 5 days is very crucial for our company. It will increase your productivity. Okay, so in the next day we will discuss about the remaining, like risk and knowledge, and the other hindrances that are removed by the functions of commerce. Okay, so thanks for now.